welcome back to my channel. My name is Delaney. If it's your first time looking at one of my videos, yeah, welcome back if this isn't your first time. Today I wanted to talk about why you should get a Switch if you don't have one already in 2022. I don't know, I was thinking when I was trying to come up with some video ideas, I was thinking like, you know, maybe there's people out there who are still trying to figure out if they want to get into gaming or to think about how they should, like, what's the best way to like start playing video games. And like a lot of people like me, because I was like that like in 2020 when I decided to get my Switch Lite. So I was like, you know, it'd be cool to make a video to, you know, give some like helpful tips and points. Yeah, let's get started, you guys. So I'm gonna just start with my initial journey into getting the Switch, well, the Switch Lite. The Switch came out in 2017 and I had been wanting it from when it released in 2017, but I could never actually afford it. And I kind of kept putting it off before I decided I wanted to get it. And when I initially was able to like afford it was in 2020, which was when we had the beginning of the Panasonic. So they came out with the Switch Lite, and I feel like the price point was better because the price point for a Switch Lite is $199.99 as opposed to like the Switch being $299.99. So it's $100 less, and I felt like that was more doable considering I wasn't really sure what games I wanted to play on the Switch when it was released, except for Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I figured I could still play on the Switch Lite. But yeah, I feel like as soon as I got into the hobby of gaming, it like really, like, I know this sounds really sappy, but it kind of changed my life with gaming because I had always been into games and I always like watching gameplay videos and just, you know, like the gaming world. Like I was so obsessed with watching like people talk about games and people like, playing scary games. Like I love watching the Rad Brad because he's one of my favorite gameplay people. But like, yeah, I was really obsessed with it, and so that's why I was like, you know what, let me get more into it. Because, you know, I would start playing with my Nintendo DS when I was thinking about getting a Switch, because I was like, you know, let me just go back and play some of my older games. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really happy that I initially got a Switch Lite, because it really opened my eyes to like what I am able to achieve as a gamer. Essentially, like, you know, I would never really want to call myself a gamer, even though I was really into video games. But getting the Switch really helped me to like be more confident with games, I would say. I'm gonna do my points, but initially for me personally, getting the Switch, it really has helped me a lot with my confidence as a gamer and just like trying to try out different games and see what I like, and, you know, every type of variety, you know. So like I like cozy games and I like action JRPGs and I like playing turn-based battling games. So I've been able to like sample so many different games just from playing on the Switch. Yeah, so yeah, I started with the Switch Lite, which was my first console, and I got so much hours in, especially playing Animal Crossing, like so many hours. This is actually the coral pink one, and this also started my love of the color pink. Now I'm like obsessed. But I got the coral pink one, and now I have and I put a skin on this one. So I have this one, and then I upgraded around my birthday last year in December to a Switch Lite, to a Switch OLED, which I'm so happy. Like I kind of mostly play on this one right now. I love the screen. I love playing in handheld mode. It's just awesome. So yeah, that's my journey with the Switch. With the Switch Lite. If you wanted to know my introduction into the Switch like the Switch gaming world, there's just so many cool things about picking up the Switch that I feel like is different from playing like a PlayStation, or no hate to PlayStations, because I love PlayStation 2. I want a PlayStation 5 eventually. But yeah, there's just like a lot of like good points to picking up a Switch, especially for people who are in like the beginning stages of trying to get into the hobby of gaming. So that goes to my first point, which is it's perfect for beginners. Yeah, so the Switch is like so perfect for people who want to experiment with gaming and figure out what they like, because they're so, like, when it first released in 2017 there wasn't a big library, but it's now been about 6 years since the Switch has released, which is kind of crazy to think about. and there's like a giant library of games to play on it because there's like so many ported things over from like past games, from like PlayStation games to like now. Like for me, I was always intimidated playing games because my brothers always had PlayStations, but it's like when you're playing connected to the TV, like everyone can watch you, and it gives me a different type of anxiety of people watching me play a game versus like me sitting down and like personally looking, like playing it single player and like having my own like handheld device, which is why I always like the Game Boy and the Nintendo DS, because it's like your personal device where you're able to like control what you want to play. And also if you're bad at it, no one's there to tell you, oh, you're doing so terrible, because you're the only one who can tell you yourself you're doing terrible, but you keep going. Like that's why I really enjoy the Switch. Like even though it also connects to the TV, I can play in handheld and I can play on the go, and I think that's just such a cool versatility when it comes to like a console. It's perfect for beginner gamers, especially if you have that type of anxiety that I have about being competitive in video games. My next point, there's hundreds of games on the Switch now. When the Switch first released in 2017, there weren't a lot of games on it, and a lot of people complained about that. But now at this time, there's so many games that it's almost an overload. Like I feel I can like there's like so much in my backlog right now for all these different types of games that I want to play, and it's like kind of crazy. Like there's so many, and I love it. I love that I have a choice to pick a game and have a variety, because there's so many different genres to get into, so many types of like, there's like from very chill cozy games to like the very like horror driven games, or even action RPGs. So there's like so many, and also you can check out any of my recommendation videos for like games to play if you're looking. My last point is self-care. I feel like video gaming, like it made me think more about how I care for myself and how I like, what hobbies I like to get into. I mean, I had hobbies of course before, like I like to draw, I like to read and things like that, crochet, but it's like something different. I don't know, I really love playing video games as a form of self-care, because it's like a way for you to kind of get out of your head for a bit and like focus on this like fictional character or world and get lost and find new things and explore without having to leave. Because as an introvert, I feel like it's perfect for me for self-care, because I don't really like to leave my house. I don't like to leave my couch, because the comforts are all here for me, and like it's perfect to be able to pick up the Nintendo Switch and play. But yeah, I really think it's such an excellent form of self-care. It's good to care for yourself, you know, to put yourself first and like have a little time to sit down and game for like 30 minutes, an hour, or however long you like to game. Like, I wanted to be really quick with this, but those are my points for why you should get a Nintendo Switch in 2022. Let me know in the comments if this has convinced you. No. Anyway, yeah, I hope this video helps anyone who is looking to get into gaming but not sure where to start. Thanks for watching as always, and have a great day. Have a wonderful day, and bye.